So, namaste, a very warm welcome to you this morning. So nice to see some of the ones who are not usually present at this time. So welcome, Bea. And also welcome to Annalisa. So nice to have you here. And as always, Jorge, who's been here at the live time, and to Alison, welcome. So I just would love to know how you are this morning. So maybe you can just pop a phrase, a little comment in the chat box, just so I can know how you're feeling physically, emotionally, and just I can bear that in mind while we do our practice. And while you're writing away, let me just also comment. We've had Halloween, we've had the Day of the Saints, which is also celebrated as the Day of the Dead. Powerful moment of the year. So I hope that you have created this space just for remembering loved ones and honoring our ancestors during these days. Okay, so I'm getting some messages coming in. Jorge said he's feeling good and ready to crack on. Okay, so let's go for that. Just let me know if there's anything else on a physical level, something that I should bear in mind. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so Bea is delicate today. Well, it's going to be fairly delicate because we're going to be doing vishuddha chakra. And Annalisa, a bit sad for the next lockdown pain. Annalisa, can you tell me which part of your back is painful? Maybe you can just show me at the top. Yeah, okay. So I'm glad you've told me about that. Because, can you still hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. So yeah, Annalisa, I'm glad you've told me about that, because this morning we're going to be working quite a lot on this area, because this is the chakra we're going to be working on. So just please be very careful. Don't push yourself. Yeah. Okay, good. So let's dive into the practice. Let's mention a little bit about the chakra that we're working on today. So we're going to be working on this area, the throat chakra. It doesn't mean that we'll be exclusively working on this area, but we will be bringing the attention towards this energy center. So as we have done on other occasions, we're just going to really bring some awareness here before we start. So you can take a moment to close your eyes and just really settle into the body, find comfort and presence. And I invite you to bring your attention to the neck area, to the throat. And be aware even of the breath as it moves through this area. And as it is very much related to the jaw and the tongue and the teeth, just really allow yourself to relax the jaw so that the teeth are not touching. And allow the tongue to just rest on the floor of the mouth. And you can bring your hand to your throat area. And even the women, we have not such a big Adam's apple, but we do have an area which is protruding. So you can bring your hand just underneath that area, but between the space at the bottom of the neck and the part which moves out. And you can just press very gently in this area. And then bring your hand around to the back of the neck and just really very intuitively connect the front of the neck with the back of the neck. Feeling which of the vertebrae you really feel coincides with this energy center. Don't worry about not being precise. Just trust your intuition, which is actually what this energy center is all about. And then you can release the hands, but you can somehow still feel this space. Mentally link these two spaces with a fine line or a small channel, so that as you breathe in, you can draw the energy from the front towards the back of the neck. And as you breathe out, pushing the energy through this space towards the front again. Opening up the quality of listening. And enhancing your connection with this space. Good. You can settle the attention in this area in general and just ask yourself, how is this space for you? Are there any sensations? Any emotions, perhaps, in this area? And as this space is very much related to the sound, we're going to begin the practice by singing the mantra, the bija mantra, which is related with this area. So it's a very open sound. It's the hum. So we're going to repeat this 3 times. You can open your mouth and take some breath in through the mouth for singing. Ha. Ha. Good. So you can open your eyes now and just be aware of the fact that although we've been using the voice for projecting the sound, we've also been using the faculty of hearing. We've been listening to our sounds. So just to really identify that quality of sound that you have produced. So this energy center is very much related to everything vocal, everything related to communication, but at the same time, it's also related to listening. So these 2 faculties are very important. And so maybe you can also just really think about if there is anything at this moment in your life that you are not fully able to communicate, to express, or perhaps there's anything that you just don't want to hear, you just don't want to listen to, you don't want to somehow kind of open yourself to be aware of. So we're going to be working on this area, and we can maybe also consider the fact that we are moving from a very earthy energy at the first chakra, and we've been slowly looking at the different elements related to these chakras. So the last chakra we looked at last week was this area, which is very much related to the breath and to the element of the air. And it's all quite evident. It all clicks in very well. You know, the side of the wings, our wings, which help us to actually move and fly through space. And the lungs are in this area. So when we come to this area, it's not so clear. And in fact, the next element is the most subtle element, the ether element. So it's related not only to this area of the body, but in fact, to the rest of the upper part of the body, the ether element. So we're talking about an element which we can't see. We're talking about the element which is in the cosmos. So it's something much more subtle. So when we refine our consciousness and we connect with this plane, we're really getting to somewhere much more subtle. And it's related to space. So on a more philosophical level, we could say that space, we don't really see it, but if we didn't have space, there would actually be no objects, because all objects, everything that we see, is somehow suspended in space. So we can see that we're actually like withdrawing our attention as we rise upwards from the most dense matter, which is like earth, wood, rock, any object, and we're actually really beginning to connect with what is unseen to the physical eye, but is very much the basis of everything that exists, in the same way as our planet is suspended within this substance of space. So how does this translate on a psychological level or a chakra level? Well, it's very much related to opening our awareness and our intuition. You may well have heard of something called the Akashic, how is it in English? The Akashic registers, or the Akashic memory, which is basically this idea that everything that has ever existed or will exist is somehow held in this cosmic library, yeah, which means that we have the capacity to use our mind, if it's trained, to access memories, access information which has even been lost, or even go beyond this limited idea of space and time, and actually travel with our minds to a different period in history or to the future. So it's something that we've seen in science fiction films, but essentially the yogis will tell us that when we train ourselves and we actually really develop this chakra, we can begin, maybe during our meditation, to actually connect with and communicate with not only the people around us, or if we're more subtle, with the plants, the animals around us, but we can also get to bring our mind into different scapes. So this is quite subtle, and it may be challenging for you if you're a more logical thinker to contemplate this. But I just wanted to bring that in so you're aware of the subtleties of this energy center. Good. So let's get started with the physical side of this practice. So you can come to a standing position. And I'm using a wonderful new microphone, but if you are not hearing me well, maybe you can just go like this, and I will be able to come closer to the computer and have a look. Okay. So we're going to stand up to begin with. Good. And just as you settle into this physical posture, bring your eyes closed and just really feel that clearly the bottom half of your body is very much rooted, connected to gravity, to the earth. But just bring your awareness up towards the throat and the head area, and really begin to feel that this area of your body is surrounded by space, and somehow, like a satellite or like an antenna, it's also bringing or capturing energy from space. So we can just bring our awareness into connecting with space, and maybe you can think about the stars, the cosmos. Good. Slowly drop the head down and feel the weight of the head, and begin to rotate the head very gently towards your right shoulder first. And you can combine this movement with the breath, so that as you breathe in, trace the first half of your circle, and as you breathe out, the second half. And you can allow the mouth to open as you go backwards. And if you do have a sensitive neck, then please go gently and trace perhaps even smaller circles. Once you finish this circle, change direction. And be very much with the awareness in the throat area. As you trace these circles. Good. When you finish this circle, come back towards the center, close your eyes unless you're dizzy. Take a nice deep breath and really feel the sensations that arise in the throat area. Good. And we're going to do some more small movements in the head. So I'm going to come closer so you can see this. Just be very careful so you don't push. We're going to do 2 small movements towards the left side, 2 towards the right side, 2 oblique movements in each direction, and very gently towards the back. So I'll repeat, 2 towards the side, 2 towards the other side, 2 obliques, and 2 towards the back, very gently. So you can continue at your own speed. Adjusting the intensity of the movements according to the state of your cervical spine in this moment. And just really freeing up any blockages in this area. One more round. When you finish, close your eyes again, take a breath. And as well as any sensations in the neck and the throat area, you might also notice how the mind is kind of expanding. And you feel more awake and present. Good. So we're going to activate the rest of the spine now. So you can begin, as we do on the other days, to warm up the spine, lifting and dropping the shoulders alternately. Release the diaphragm, relax the belly. And you can breathe more deeply now. So breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. And as you breathe out, just release any trapped emotions or tension. Someone mentioned, I think it was Alison's, feeling sad. So just really allow that sadness to flow out with the out breath. Relaxing the jaw. Let's go a little bit more slowly now. Smaller movements until you come back to your center. Take a nice deep breath. Just be aware of the sensations which arise very spontaneously in the body. And just embrace whatever is coming up for you right now. Good. So we're going to bring some awareness more into this hip area, because if you remember when we did the second chakra, we also said there's a very precise connection between the pelvis and the jaw, and also like with our endocrine system as well. So let's just bring the arms up above the head. And as you bring the arms back, just allow the hips to go forward slightly, just really feeling this subtle stimulation of the lower spine. And as you breathe out, you can come forward, bending the knees if you want. Now we're going to get a nice flow into this movement, breathing in as you come up, pelvis coming forward, breathing out as you come down. If you need to bend your knees because you have less flexibility, please do so. And I'd like you to begin to use your breath again. Using the voice also to release. One more time. When you finish, just come back towards the center. If you feel dizzy, keep the eyes open, breathe generously. And I'm going to invite you just to do a big yawn. So really, even though it's maybe not coming as spontaneously, you can actually stimulate this response. So do 1 or 2 big yawns. As the yawn is a way of also changing energetically, breathing more deeply and releasing the jaw area. Good. And just be aware of the sensations which arise. You can join your feet together now. And as you breathe in, let's go up onto the tips of the toes. Activate your buttocks and your abdomen. Really stretch up the arms, the whole body like an arrow. And then as you breathe out, just begin to lower the knees. If you have some delicate knees, you don't need to go all the way down. Breathing in to come up, keeping your balance, pushing up the heels towards the end. Breathing out, lowering the heels, lowering the arms, and bending the knees to release the legs. Let's do that again. Breathe in, come up onto the tips of the toes. Breathing out, bending the knees without the heels coming down, being aware of your vertical axis. Breathing in, coming up. Breathing out, lowering the heels, dropping the arms. One more time, breathing in, coming up. Breathing out, lowering. Breathing in to come up again. Breathing out, lowering the heels and dropping to release. Good. Separate your feet, close your eyes, take a breath. And once again, just be very aware of what's coming for you in this moment. That's wonderful. Good. We're just going to bring some energy into the body by doing a couple of rounds of our sun salutation now. So you can come to the front of your mat. Bring your hands together. And as we're working on a more cosmic level, instead of connecting with the sun as we normally do, maybe we can just really connect with the sun in its position in our solar system and just really honor it as a star, this guiding light to which our planet and other planets are attracted and really move around it. So let's just really honor that in a more spacious way. Breathe in, lift the arms above the head. Breathing out, aligning yourself as the planets align with the sun. Breathing in, do a nice circular movement up, lifting up the gaze. Breathing out, stretching forward as you come down, bend your knees. Breathe in, left foot back. Breathe out, drop your knee, your foot, and lift up the gaze, opening the throat area. Breathing out, pushing back, come into your plank pose. If you need to, you can drop the knees down to the ground. And if you've more strength in your upper body, just bend your elbows and breathing in, come into a gentle cobra. Keep the shoulders down, and as you breathe out, coming back onto your hands and knees before separating the knees and coming into your mountain pose. Bring the chin close to the chest. Breathe in, lift up your gaze first, transfer your weight over towards the hands so you can bring the left foot in between the hands. Lift the gaze up towards the sky. Breathing out, join the feet, bend the knees. Breathe in, lift up, heart towards the sky. Breathing out, joining the hands in front of the chest. Let's repeat the other side. Breathing in, lift up the arms, connect with the universe. Breathing out, bringing this energy in towards the heart, aligning yourself. Breathing in, orbit the energy around the body. Breathing out, draw the energy down towards the earth. Bend your knees, breathe in, right foot back. Breathing out, drop the knee, lengthen the foot, lift up the gaze. Breathing out, come into your plank pose. Bending the arms. Breathing in to come into your cobra pose. Keep the shoulders down, the chest forward, the gaze up. Breathing out, coming into your mountain pose. Squeeze the chin towards the chest. Then lift the head as you come forward, bringing the right foot between the hands, lowering the knee, lifting the face to the sky. Breathing out, joining the feet, bend your knees. Breathe in, lifting up, opening the chest. Breathing out, drawing the energy back in towards the heart space. Drop the hands to the side, separate the feet and breathe. And I can just invite you in this spontaneous breathing, in this integrating, just to bring the awareness in towards the heart space and in towards the space of the throat. Connecting with a quality of spaciousness. And just allowing the body to breathe in a very spontaneous way, honoring the mechanisms, the wise mechanisms of the body. Great. So you can directly come down to the ground. And we're going to lie face downwards. Yeah, for our first asana, our first posture. So really just allow the body to relax into the ground. And we're going to begin by practicing Shalabhasana. In this posture, we can place the palms of the hands downwards and the chin on the ground. And we're going to place the hands underneath the body. So you're lying on the hands. The palms are still facing downwards. There are other alternatives for the position of the hands. So if you are accustomed to practicing with the hands clasped, then please do so. Yeah, and just adjust it to how you would normally practice it. So we're going to activate the legs and the buttocks. And as you breathe in, you can lift the legs up off the ground. The hands push into the ground to help you lift up the legs. Keep the chin on the ground. Breathe. And just really imagine that you're drawing energy in from the sky, cosmic energy through the feet, through the legs, up towards the pelvis. And at the same time, the chin is reaching forward. So very much stimulating both of these energy centers. If it's very tricky for you and you need to come down and relax and then adjust and maybe try again, please do so. And make sure the breath is flowing. In this way, moving the energy through the body. That's enough. You can bring the legs down, bring the hands out, and you can make a
pillow with your hands and rest the chin on the hands. So you're still keeping the throat area open as you relax. And you can let the heels drop out towards the sides. Close your eyes. And breathe and really observe what is coming, what's manifesting for you. And you can draw your awareness into the throat area, inviting a deeper and more intimate attention, listening to your body, opening up to a more subtle dialogue. Good, so you can roll over now onto your back. And just be very aware of the parts of the back which are touching the ground and the parts which are not touching the ground. The feet are placed on the ground with the knees up towards the sky. And so you will recognize the contact between the sacrum, the dorsal spine, and the back of the head. Notice the space in the lumbar area and in the cervical neck area. And I just invite you to begin to shift your pelvis forwards and backwards, bringing some energy into the sacrum. And at the same time, noticing how this movement, that although you're voluntarily moving the pelvis, is also affecting the rest of the spine, including the area of the neck. So just be aware of the relation between the lower back and the area of the neck, the cervical spine. And you can go really slowly with this. You don't need to go fast. Sometimes less is more. And when we do this particular just rocking movement, we can also help to free up tension in the upper part of the spine. Good. So you can come back to a neutral position, and maybe the neutral position for you has changed. So that when you lay down initially on your back, the spaces are not quite the same as they are now. Good. So you can join your feet and your knees if it's possible. And as you breathe in, begin to lift the pelvis up off the floor, bringing the neck closer towards the ground, squeezing the buttocks together. And you can lift the left leg up towards the sky now. Make sure that the hips are at the same level. And although the leg is straight, the foot is very relaxed. And on the left side of your body, you can draw the energy down through the foot and the leg and up towards the left side of the throat. Obviously, the right side of the body is stabilizing you and it's drawing in energy from the earth. But we're really going to connect with the energy which we're bringing in through the sky, through the leg. Keep on breathing. Keep on bringing the energy from the earth and the sky through both of the legs up towards the throat area. Good. Drop the left foot down. Stabilize yourself on both of your feet. And slowly, vertebra by vertebra, begin to drop the back down towards the ground. Open your feet, your legs, so your knees are pointing outwards. the palms, the soles of the feet are together, and just really relax the hands on your legs, on your abdomen, wherever is more comfortable for you. Close your eyes and breathe. And just be very aware of what's coming. Just remembering there's no right or there's no wrong, but you're just doing a very precise reading of what the body is expressing. And then you can be especially aware of the throat area. Fantastic. Let's go into the other side. Place the soles of your feet on towards the ground again, joining the feet and the knees, lengthening the spine, the palms facing downwards. As you breathe in, push up from your feet, lifting the pelvis as high as possible. Lift up the right leg now. The foot is pointing towards the sky, but keep the hips at the same level. And you can begin to really imagine that the foot is like an antenna and that you're drawing in this cosmic energy through the leg and up towards the throat area. And of course, the left foot is grounding you, but also drawing in more telluric energy up into the throat area also. Be very present in your body. Find motivation to sustain the pose and bring the energy up into the throat, into vishuddha chakra. A couple more breaths here. Lower the foot. Place the weight evenly on both of the feet. And then very slowly dropping the spine back towards the ground. Join the soles of the feet. Relax fully. Be aware of what is arising, especially in the throat area. And you can roll over to one side and come up into a sitting position now. Take a moment just to really be aware of your state. The state is changing. And you'll not only notice this in the body, but also in the quality of mind. And just invite you to appreciate this greater openness and refining of the subtle senses. So we're going to go into our spinal twist now, this classic posture, which is called Ardha Matsyendrasana. It's got a long story to go with it, which I can maybe tell you in another moment. It's a fascinating story. But we can really connect with the spinal twist for today as being this spiral. And we can think about this spiral specifically in nature. And I like to think of it as relating to the shell. So we're going to really bring into this idea of the shell, the seashell, that we can listen to the sound of the sea even when we're very far away from the sea, because it's very much apt in this particular work with this chakra. So you can sit with your legs extended outwards, and you can cross now the right foot over the left leg. Make sure that both of your buttocks are touching the ground. And if you can still make the buttocks touching the ground, you can wrap the left leg around. But if you notice the right buttock is lifted up and you can't quite put it down, then I would prefer you to keep the left leg stretched out, just so that we have a good alignment in the hips. So either with the leg stretched out or with the leg wrapped around, we're going to straighten up the spine, and we can breathe in and lift the left arm up, opening up the left side of the body. As you breathe out, cross the left elbow and hook it on the outside of the right knee. You can place your fingertips on the ground, or even put your hands on a book or a block if you need some more height, and really push the elbow back. And at the same time, you can draw your belly in and move towards the right side, bringing in this rotation into the trunk. And you can continue by rotating the shoulder backwards, moving the head round, and you can even move the eyes. So the whole of this body is honoring this rotation. The ones who have greater flexibility can thread the left hand in the space between the legs and join the hands behind the back. So that's a bit more advanced. Good. So as you settle into the posture, close your eyes. Bring your awareness down towards the base. And as the energy in this area is squeezed together, the flow of energy will begin to rise, honoring this spiral shape that we've created with the body. The energy wrapping itself around the central column. And as the energy rises up towards the chest, invite the energy to rise up towards the left side of the throat. And just sustain your awareness on the left side of the throat. And you can maybe listen to the presence of the breath. And you can open the left ear and begin to refine your perception of the sound. And we know that sound can be produced externally by the contact between two objects. But even when there are no sounds being produced outside, there is no silence really in this plane. So maybe you can tune in to listen to the subtle sounds which arise from inside your head, from inside the body. And at some point, I invite you to extend your awareness of sound towards the sounds which are even more subtle, which are coming from the universe. Going beyond the range that you would normally detect. And that's wonderful. You can very slowly release the pose now. And as you come forward, just find a comfortable position. Place the palms facing upwards on the knees. Keep the eyes closed. And be very aware of the effects. Be very aware of the left side of the body, the left side of the throat, the left ear, the left side of the brain.
listening from the whole of the left side. Good. Let's go into this position on the other side. Stretch out the legs. It's the left foot which goes over the right leg now. Keep your spine straight. If it's comfortable for you, you can wrap the right leg around, but keeping the left buttock firmly on the ground. Breathing in, stretching the right arm up. Breathing out, bringing the right elbow on the outside of the left leg. Twisting yourself around, but not losing this vertical axis. And really rotating also the upper part of the body, the head, even the eyes. And once you've settled into your posture, making any small adjustments that you might need, bring your awareness down towards the root, feeling how the posture is squeezing this area and initiating a upward movement of the energy that obeys the form that you're creating with your body, so it begins to rise in a spiral fashion. And as the energy rises, as your awareness rises, you can maintain the attention on the right side of the throat. Once again, cultivating this listening. Opening up the right ear. Refining your quality of auditory perception. Going beyond the ordinary frequencies. Opening yourself to another dimension. Communicating with another realm. And that's enough. You can slowly release the pose. Very slowly unwinding. Finding a comfortable sitting position. Palms facing upwards, eyes closed. Having an easy breath. But still very much connecting with the right side of the body. Feeling into the right side of the neck. The right ear. The right side of the brain. Good. And you can just join your palms of your hands in front of the face, stabilizing the energy between both of the sides. Touch the throat area with the tips of your thumbs. Take a nice deep in breath. And as you breathe out, just allow there to be a humming sound through your lips. Lower your hands. Keep your attention, your awareness into the throat area. Good. So we're going to go into a inverted pose and just be very aware of your body's needs, so don't force. So we're going to look at the classical posture on the shoulders, the shoulder stand or Sarvangasana. But if you have got a delicate neck area, please do something more gentle. So I'm going to suggest for those people who need something more gentle, you can even put your legs up against the wall, or if that's not possible, use a big bolster or even a block so that you can just keep the hips upwards and have a much more gentle inversion like I'm showing right now. And for the people who can go into the full posture, I'm just going to demonstrate that now. Please take a blanket. So for this posture, I'm going to go to the back mat. Yeah, you're going to place the folded blanket underneath the shoulder area. Just make sure there's no creases, which could be uncomfortable. So you can place one or even two blankets to bring some height for your shoulders. And you're going to lie down on top of your blanket or blankets. The head is not supported by the blankets, just the shoulders. Yeah, that's important. So you can lie down and relax the back before you start. Place your palms facing downwards. Breathing in, you can lift up the legs towards a vertical position and then push to separate the back, support the lower back with the hands, bringing the elbows as close together as you can, and finding for you what is the most vertical and stable posture today. And once you're in the pose, find stillness. And as you find stillness, you can once again release, trusting in the force of gravity, which is really drawing the energy from the feet and the legs up and towards the throat area. And you can really relax. Everything that's not needed to keep you in the pose can just be released. You can feel that even the inner organs begin to change position as they also feel the force of gravity. And this is actually giving them back their elasticity. Rest your awareness in towards the throat area. The eyes are closed. And you can feel how this space is receiving this energy, stimulating the glands, concentrating the energy here, and opening up this pathway
please don't oblige yourself to stay in the posture. If at any point you need to come out of the posture before I do, please honor that. That's great. So you can gently bring the palms of the hands downwards and use your hands as your brakes to control yourself as you lower the back down towards the floor once again. And you can stretch out the legs, turn the palms of the hands upwards. And with the eyes closed, just release, relax, observe what's arising for you. Feel the sublimation of the energy, how the energy is transferred up in towards the throat and the head areas, and how this offers a gentle expansion of consciousness. And if you feel that the lower back has been stretched out and you need to release it, you can hug your knees or just simply put your soles of your feet on the ground quite wide apart and join the knees while you relax. Good. So the final posture that we're going to do this morning is just a complementary posture. It's the fish pose, Matsyasana. So you can turn the hands downwards and slip the hands underneath the buttocks. Your arms are totally straight underneath the body. If you need to take the blankets away, you can. I'm going to leave mine there for now. The feet are active. Flex your feet. Breathe in, lifting the body up on towards the elbows. Lift up the chest towards the sky and gently drop the head backwards until the top of the head touches very gently the floor. The mouth is obviously open. Allow there to be a very gentle breath through the mouth. Feel this opening of the throat, the purifying of the throat area with the breath. And how the whole of the front channel of the body is opened and receiving this subtle breath. Great, so you can release the pose, lying in a comfortable position. Turn the palms upward once again. And just be very, very present. And I invite you to sustain that posture for our final relaxation. Please cover yourself with a blanket if you need to do so. If you do have an eye mask, you can even cover your eyes just to bring some darkness, some spacey darkness into your awareness. The palms are facing upwards.
And just allow there to be this space of openness. Be aware of the breath as it moves through the body. And allow there to be this quality of expansion. As the body melts, and allow yourself to connect with the space around the body. As if you were floating. As if you were suspended in space. Now, and time this quality of the space outside are merely or concepts. The skin, is inside, and the infinite space. You just be aware of the porous, permeable quality of the so that within the body begins to mingle melting, dissolving. So gradually you can come back in towards the body, being aware of the breath, being aware once again of the weight of the body. And as you reconnect with the body, you can just move your fingers and your toes. And just move very spontaneously. Maybe you want to roll over to one side. And take your time to come back to a sitting position, and just close your eyes as you come back into a comfortable pose, allowing yourself to continue being fully in the present. Bringing your energy and your awareness in towards the throat, connecting with this infinite spaciousness which is now here. We're just going to finish this practice singing once again. Just one time this mantra, hum. Namaste. Thank you very much for sharing this practice. Before we finished, I just also wanted to mention that the meaning of this energy center is extremely pure. Yeah. So quite often when we're getting a cold or something, we feel it in this area first. It's the body trying to purify itself. So at some point you can also just be aware of that, of keeping this area warm in this change of temperature as we move in slowly towards winter. And just really be aware if there's anything, if there's tension during the day in this area, if there's anything which you haven't expressed or you just haven't wanted to listen to or to face. You can do some writing about it. You can breathe through the mouth as well. We generally breathe through the nose, but if you want to do a purifying exercise, you can breathe through the mouth and even do some panting, which is very good for cleaning the throat. Yeah, so all of these little extra tips can help you, this week. So if you're not in a rush and you want to stay for a minute, I'm going to allow you to switch on your microphones in case you have a question or in case you would like to just share how the practice has been for you. But if you want to just say goodbye, you can leave a little message in the chat box and we'll see you next time. So I'm just going to allow you to, if you want to say anything.
Thank you very much. I feel really better now. Much more calm and tranquility and less pain back. So thanks a lot. Wonderful lesson. Thank you.
Thank you. After yourself.
Yes.
Okay, so how are you, Alison?
Very good, thanks. Excellent from the start. I felt a little sort of blockage in the throat, but it's gone now. Feels good. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Okay, well, have a lovely week, and here I am if you need anything.
Thank you.
Okay, take care to both of you. Bye-bye.